Okay, so this is math lesson 43. So I want to review something with you. A few days ago, we learned how to turn an improper fraction into a whole or mixed number. Okay? So if we have, let's see, if we have the fraction 23 fifths, 23 fifths is definitely improper because the numerator is larger than the denominator. Can't be so. So that is improper. So we turn that improper fraction into a whole or mixed number by dividing 23 divided by 5. Remember that fraction bar? That's the same as a division sign. So 23 divided by 5. 5 will go into 23 4 times. 5 times 4 is 20. We subtract 23 minus 20 is 3. And we write our remainder as a fraction. So 3 is our numerator, our divisor. Down is our denominator. So 23 fifths equals 4 and 3 fifths. We turned our improper fraction into a mixed number. Now look at this improper fraction. We say into a whole or mixed number because if we have the improper fraction 10 over 2, it's improper. Our numerator is larger than our denominator. Remember that fraction bar means divide. So a 10 divided by 2 equals 5. So in that case, it's a whole number. In this case, it is a mixed number. Okay? Let's do one more. Let's do 3 over 2. No matter how you look at it, it's improper because the numerator is larger than the denominator. Remember, our fraction bar is the same as the division sign. So we have 3 divided by 2. How many times will 2 go into 3? 1 time. 1 times 2 is 2. 3 minus 2 is 1. We write our remainder as a fraction. 1 is our numerator. Our divisor 2 is the down number or the denominator. So 3 halves equals 1 and 1 half. Okay? All right. So with that in mind, we are going to talk about what to do when we are adding fractions and we get an improper fraction for our answer. We can't leave it improper. That is for sure. So if we have 5/9 plus 2/9 plus 5/9. Our denominators are all the same, so we know we can just bring our denominator down and add our numerators. 5 plus 2 is 7. 7 plus 5 is 12. So right there we have it, an improper fraction. Cannot be. Remember that fraction bar means what? What does it mean? Divide. So we're going to say 12 divided by 9. How many times will 9 go into 12? 9 will go into 12 one time. 1 times 9 is 9. 12 minus 9 is 3. Our remainder becomes our numerator, 3, and our divisor becomes our down number, our denominator. So 12/9 equals 1 and 3/9. But guys, we can't be done yet because look at our fraction 3/9. 3/9 can be reduced. So now we're going to have to say 1 and 3/9 equals 1 and, we got to find our greatest common factor for 3 and 9. Can we count by 3's and get to 9? We can. So 3 is our greatest common factor. 3 divided by 3 is 1. 9 divided, you can even write those in there if you need to. Remember, when we divide by 3 over 3, we're just dividing by 1. 9 divided by 3 is 3. So 12/9 equals 1 and 1/3 in its lowest form. Okay? So let's look at another problem. Let's look at, let me erase some of this other stuff. I have a hard time reaching the other side of the board. 3/4. Now this one's going to be cool too, guys. Watch this. 7 3/4 plus 8 1/4 plus 4 3/4. So we have 4 for our denominator, so we'll just bring that down. We add up our whole numbers. We have 3 and 1 is 4. 4 plus 3 is 7. Now we got to add our whole numbers. 7 and 8 is 15 plus 4 is 19. So we have 19 and 7/4. So now we have a mixed number with an improper fraction. How crazy is that? So the first thing that we have to do is we have to turn that improper fraction into a whole or a mixed number. Remember, our fraction bar means divide, so we're going to say 7 divided by 4. 4 will go into 7 one time. 1 times 4 is 4. 7 minus 4 is 3. 3 becomes our numerator. Our divisor is our down number or our denominator. 1 3/4. So we're going to write that in parentheses right here. 1 3/4. So now we've turned our improper fraction into a mixed number. But now in our answer, we have a whole number here and we have a whole number over there. So we're going to have to put those two whole numbers together. So what's 19 plus 1? 19 plus 1 is 20. And what's our fraction here we got to make sure we have in our answer? 3/4. So our answer is 20 3/4. So that's pretty cool, yes? I think so. You might have to have your thinkers on, but it is cool. So go ahead and get your math books out and open them to page 77 and 78. Put your name and date at the top, and you may pause the video while you do so. Okay, so on page, so on page 77, in section number 1, you're just going to change those improper fractions to whole or mixed numbers. And I'm not even going to do that with you because you should have no problem with that. I'm not going to do too much of this with you because you should be able to do most of it anyways. So let's go ahead and let's look at section 2, letter A. And in section 2, letter A, we have 3/8 plus 5/8 plus 2/8. So our denominator is 8. We'll just bring that down here and write it. Our numerator, 3 plus 5 is 8, plus 2 is 10. So we have 10/8. That is an improper fraction, so we've got to turn it into a whole or mixed number. 10 divided by 8. 8 will go into 10 one time. 1 times 8 is 8. 10 minus 8 is 2. 2 becomes our numerator. 8 is our divisor, our down number. So it's 1 and 2/8. But 2/8 can be reduced. So we will have to write 1 and, what's the greatest common factor for 2 and 8? Can we count by 2's and get to 8? It is. So we're going to say 2 divided by 2 is 1. 8 divided by 2 is 4. So our answer is 1 1/4. Okay? So that's 2A. Now go ahead and look at 2F. Let's do 2F together. That looks like a really cool one. So in 2F, we have 3 4/9. We have 1 4/9 plus 6 7/9. So we're going to add up our denominator is 9. We'll go ahead and write that. Add up our numerators. 4 plus 4 is 8, plus 7 is 15. Add our whole numbers. 3 plus 1 is 4, plus 6 is 10. So we have 10 15/9. So we have to turn that 15/9 into a mixed number. 15 divided by 9. Now guys, I'm going to show you a way you can do it without writing out the division part. If you can do it this way in your head, then do so. If not, then just write it out. I'm going to show you both ways. I can say, how many times will 9 go into 15? 9 will go into 15 one time. 1 times 9 is 15. Or 1 times 9 is 9. And 15 minus 9 is 6. So 1 and 6/9. Now I can show it to you this way. 15 divided by 9. How many times will 9 go into 15? 1. 1 times 9 is 9. 15 minus 9 is 6. 6 becomes my numerator. My divisor becomes my down number, or my denominator, 1 and 6/9. So now 6/9 can be reduced to 1, and can we count by sixes and get to 9? No, so we have to find the greatest common factor. Factors for 6 are 1, 2, 3, and 6. Factors for 9 are 1, 3, and 9. What was my greatest common factor? My greatest common factor is 3. So we're going to say 6 divided by 3 equals 2, and 9 divided by 3 equals 3. So that is my fraction, my mixed number reduced to lowest terms. Now I have a whole number here and a whole number here. I have to put my two whole numbers together. 10 plus 1 equals 11, and I got to be sure to bring my fraction over, and 2/3. That is my answer. And you should feel pretty doggone smart after completing a problem like that. Not that it's hard, but you just have to think everything through and make it happen. So that is what our math is. So you will complete all of page 77, and then on the back side, I want you to, let me grab my pencil over here, complete all of page 77, and then on the back side, I want you to complete, how about this, guys? If you promise me to do your very best work on page 77, and you knock those fractions out of the ballpark, then you won't have to do page 78. Okay? Because I really want your focus to be right there on those fractions and turning those improper fractions into whole or mixed numbers. And then, adding on to the whole number if you have to, reducing if you have to. I really want your focus to be on that today, okay? All right, so y'all have your focusers on and have fun.